Hey broskies and femskis, JVB here. Alright, so in this video I'm going to do a part 2 to my Gatorade experiment because I did a short on it and it got 1,300 views and was pretty well received. Thank you so much for the support, and it got like a 96% approval rating. So I figured because it did so well and it was so well liked, and I don't know if anyone else will try what I did, I think might as well just do part 2 to it now. So here in this video I'm gonna do part 2. Stay tuned to what comes next. Alright, so as you can see here, this is my Gatorade mixture. Now, to get this in this form, I mixed about 2/3 of a scoop of Gatorade with 1 teaspoon of water, assuming that the spoon in sticking out of the bowl is a teaspoon. I'm pretty sure it is, because it looks like one. So I used one of the spoons worth in the so one of the just did one whole full scoop of water using the spoon currently in the bowl. I mixed it with 2/3 of a scoop of Gatorade powder using the plastic scoop from it. And what's interesting is I'm getting like this like toothpaste kind of consistency. It's like a interesting like toothpaste consistency. It's very interesting. I remember the last time I did this, I got like a more of a like floury like dough kind of consistency for like cookie batter or something. But here it's like a more of like a toothpaste. It was more of a thing. Like cookie batter type consistency last time I did it. Wonder what's up with that. That's very interesting to me. I don't know. But yeah. So that's my mixture. So stay tuned for the experiment. Alright, so I'm actually going to do 3 different small experiments in this video. I'm going to I'm going to make a small clump of the toothpaste. I'm going to form it into like a funny shape, or the mixture, I'm going to form it into a funny shape and then stick it in the freezer for maybe 20 minutes or more, depending on how good of a form it is. That's one of the experiments. The other experiment is I'm going to use 1/3 of what I made. I'm going to melt it a little bit more in the microwave and maybe make a syrup. I'm going to make a syrup and I'm going to pour that on vanilla ice cream. See how good that is. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm just going to put the mixture on gummy worms and cool those a little bit and see how close that is to Sour Patch Kids candy, or how good of an alternative that is. Now keep in mind that the first and last option they're going to be more like Sour Patch Kids candy. The second one in the middle, the syrup on vanilla ice cream, that's just something fun on the side I'm going to do. So I'm going to see how good the second experiment is. I'm going to see how good the basically just the mass is, and the just how good that is, the thing on Sour Patch Kids candy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna see how good the syrup thing is on gummy worms and how good that is compared to Sour Patch Kids candy. Let's go. Okay, so this is what I mean. If that was a little bit confusing, hard to understand, hopefully this makes it clear. So I used 1/3 of what was in here to cover up these gummy worms and also gummy teeth. I said gummy worms, but I decided to use some gummy teeth too. I used 1/3 just to make an amorphous shape, just the batter. itself, straight up batter, all by itself. And the remaining third, I'm gonna microwave into syrup, and I'm gonna top on top of this vanilla ice cream. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is put this guy, put you in the freezer, and put you in the fridge. And all right, now I'm gonna warm up my syrup and put it on the ice cream, and that's what I'm gonna review next. I'm gonna do the ice cream first, review that before these guys, because that's gonna melt soon, so I gotta take care of that. All right, so I think my experiment semi-failed in a good way though. So what I ended up doing is I put the Sour Patch Kids mixture that was in the bowl, I microwaved it for around 20 seconds, hoping it would turn into like a syrup thing, but instead of becoming more syrupy, it became more Jolly Ranchery. It became more hard and congealed and crystalline. But that might actually be a good thing, because this might actually be the thing that's closest to a Sour Patch Kids candy. That might, so I'm gonna actually, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna avoid the ice cream syrup thing. I'm gonna enjoy this, because this is melting. I'm gonna eat this now. I'm just gonna eat this ice cream with chocolate syrup now, and compare this with the other two things. All right, for my final assessment. Ah, yeah. All right, so here are the final three products. Now, here are the gummies covered in the paste. Basically, they stuck a little bit better. Here is the product from the microwave. And here is what I put in the freezer for about 20 minutes. And it's basically just like cold toothpaste. So we're gonna see which of these three is most like Jolly Ranchers, Sour Patch Kids candy in terms of both flavor and consistency. And to make so you believe me, I used all it up, so I don't waste food. That's all used up. And the ice cream for earlier, I ate all that up too. So no food is being wasted here. Yes! So let's give each a try. All right, first off, gummies covered in Gatorade mixture. It's not bad. Well, all right. So, it's a little more gummy than a regular Sour Patch Kids candy. And the sugary sensation doesn't disintegrate as quickly. But otherwise, it's not bad. Now, got our paste. I'm just gonna try a little bit of this. Now, I don't think this is very much like a Sour Patch Kids candy at all. I want to taste it, see if it tastes any good. I'm sorry about that, my video cut out a little bit. I don't know what happened there, but so that tasted okay. It was a little stronger. It's definitely stronger in flavor than a Sour Patch Kids candy, and it also, the consistency was completely wrong. It was a lot softer, so definitely not that much like it. The taste and texture were both pretty different, but it was still okay. Now finally, I'm gonna try this. This is basically as hard as a rock, like a Jolly Rancher. It might taste similar, but I don't know if the texture will be that similar. Let's go. Oh, wow. Now, that might be. Hold on a second. It's got some give, but not too much to be a Jolly Rancher. Like halfway between what I just had and a Jolly Rancher. Or like medium hardness. Well, the flavor is really good. Maybe, it's really good. Oh, it's actually not bad. That would actually be a Pretty close to the Sour Patch Kids candy I'm just eating right now. Not bad. Alright. I'm going to finish the food, so I'm going to cut the film for the time being. Finish what's in my mouth. Finish the food in front of me. And stay tuned for a final assessment. Yay! Alright, so time for the final assessment. As you can see, everything has been eaten away. Alright, so here are my final thoughts. Now, in terms of how each thing, so I'm going to say how each thing did. Just the silly putty toothpaste thing that I put in the freezer a little bit, that flavor was a little bit too strong and the texture was too soft. Now on to the next thing, the gummy worms, flavor was a little milder because it was balanced out with something more bland, the gummy worms. Texture was a little bit better, obviously a lot better than that, but still not as good. But I do think, and then third and lastly, the kind of Jolly Rancher thing that was made from the microwave-esque thing. I think the texture from the gummy worms was better than that. But I think the flavor was more potent from the Jolly Rancher. So, good flavor, but texture a little bit off. So, here's my final ranking. I'm going to say the gummy worms are the best thing. Because the flavor is not too overpowering, and even though they have like a gummy flavor texture, well, they have a gummy texture, it's the closest thing to the texture, because if you bite into a Sour Patch Kids candy, it is a little tough. But a close second would be the Jolly Rancher thing from the microwave, because it had very good flavor, but the texture was a little bit too soft. That's a close second, and obviously the thing that came in last was a silly putty. So if I had to give each thing a score, I'm going to give the silly putty a 5, the Jolly Rancher thing a 6, and I'm going to give the gummy worms a 7, all out of 10. And that's compared with Sour Patch Kids candy, an average one, which is going to be a 9 out of 10. So, short story short, you can recreate this. This was a semi-success, but you're going to have a mediocre kind of thing compared to a regular Jolly Rancher. So none of this stuff compared as well to a Jolly Rancher. I mean, a Sour Patch Kids candy. It just didn't. But if you don't care, if you want to eat something a little more mediocre and you're really desperate, this is fine. This is doable. But if you have the time, I really recommend going to the store and getting yourself a bag of Sour Patch Kids candy. But this is fine at the end of the day. If you're really desperate, you'll make do. But if you could do better, do better. And that's the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the short. I hope you enjoyed this video too. More banger, lit, dope AF, fire content in the future. And let me know what you guys want. All right. Thank you.